Have you ever wondered how many cars are on the road just in a single day? 100 million? 500 million? 700 million? There are approximately 1 billion passenger cars on the road every day, and the number is increasing day by day. Can you imagine how much carbon dioxide can be released when these cars are traveling just in a single day? Think about the total amount of carbon dioxide released in a week, year, and a decade. There is no doubt anyone could be scared when they heard about this. But how could we decrease carbon dioxide emission by each passenger car? There are several ways to do it, and combinations of them come up with the solution called echelon concept. Echelon is the word to describe V-shaped flight of migration birds. So, we were inspired by the nature to save the nature. The aerodynamic form of the passenger cars and some tough conditions on the road led more fuel consumption. More fuel consumption means more carbon dioxide emission. Echelon concept handles these problems one by one. The story begins at the factory. Each car design has drag friction according to their geometry. This geometry and its effect on rare passenger cars can be found easily by computer programs. So, if every passenger car is labeled with their drag friction properties and the effects, before leaving the factory into their databases, this data can be used to locate the optimum position for each passenger car in the V-shaped echelon communities. By this way, the total amount of carbon dioxide emission decreases up to 15%. For example, Car A has a geometrical shape labeled as the front part type X and back part type Y. When this car wants to travel on the highway, the drivers will be warned according to the closest upcoming echelon community by the app on their mobile phones. As the newcomer car reaches the community, other cars will arrange their position according to optimum drag friction condition and let the car participate in the echelon community. The leading car will increase its speed to leave a gap for the newcomer car, and the other car that is behind the leading one will decrease its speed until the newcomer car settles between them. When all cars reorder, the community will be semi-autonomous. Any action like sudden brake or changing the route made by the foremost vehicle will be automatically transferred to the vehicles in the echelon community. The foremost car reports where its direction is, the transition point on the road, emergency conditions encountered on the road, when the vehicle needs the maintenance or the driver needs to rest. When other cars in the echelon community gets the reporting, each car will warn the driver. For example, if the front car slows down, cars in the back will warn the drivers through in the car screen or buzzer. The data will be used for quick optimizations for the rest of the echelon members, and the members can see these informations before they join the echelon community. For the emergency and unknown cases, we plan to use the quick sensors, artificial intelligence cameras, to alert the driver in order to warn them to make fast arrangements and reactions. The infrastructure of echelon provides the information of the road before the drivers get there. While doing this, it ensures the security of information, hides it from the data hackers, and make it available only to authorized persons. Mobile apps are one of the easiest way to accustom people for new ideas. That's why we designed the Echelon app. The users will get all the information about how they reduce their carbon footprint with concrete indicators. The app will inform the users such that you saved the life of 5 trees this month, or you saved 5 liters of fuel as you accompanied by the echelon community for 100 kilometers this month. Also, the app will record drivers' behavior, such as who led and who consumed less fuel than the other drivers, the number of participants in the echelon community, and more. The app will show the successful drivers as regional order. Later users will get several gifts and discounts at Shell. We believe that the best way to promote a product is keeping the customers encouraged. As we always say as elected, The size of every step taken to save the nature does not matter. Every idea that protects the future is worth discussing, listening, and trying. While we were designing the echelon concept, we discussed enough, and you listened. Now it's time to bring this idea to life in order to try and save the world.